Together, we're going to review another aspect of your NeuroColor results. Beyond your color scores, NeuroColor also measures your energy source and your communication style. You'll find your energy source and communication style graph on page 6 of your NeuroColor report. The red dot is your score. The farther from the center, the higher your result in that scale. Also note that everyone gets a red dot, regardless of your color order. Conventional wisdom says extroverts are outgoing and introverts are reserved. But this isn't always true. In fact, 1 in every 5 people is either a reserved extrovert or an outgoing introvert. So, 20% of us don't fit this long-held stereotype. That's why NeuroColor measures your introversion-extroversion preference separately from your communication style. NeuroColor refers to your introversion-extroversion preference as your energy source. If you're energized by being in the middle of the action and around other people, you're probably an extrovert. Extroverts often do their best thinking when they're talking through their ideas with others. They think out loud. Or do you recharge by being alone or having time to reflect? If so, you may be an introvert. Introverts often prefer quiet time to think before sharing their ideas and opinions with others. Most of us aren't 100% extroverted or introverted. We're somewhere in the middle. In addition to your introversion-extroversion preference or energy source, NeuroColor also looks at your communication style. Are you outgoing and quick to jump in with a comment? Or are you more reserved and less likely to instantly share your thoughts? Your answer indicates your communication style. Once we know whether someone is more introverted or more extroverted, and whether they are more outgoing or reserved, how can we use this information to interact more effectively? If someone is more extroverted, remember that they often do their best thinking when they think out loud. As a leader, create opportunities to discuss ideas and possible solutions before asking extroverted team members to reach a decision. If you have extroverted colleagues, be patient as they talk through the pros and cons of an idea. They're not dragging things out. Talking about it is how they process information, and an even better idea or refinement may occur because of that think out loud discussion. Or, if you're more extroverted, let your team members know that it's helpful to discuss an issue or situation rather than just thinking about it on your own. If someone is more introverted, they may prefer to think through a situation in advance. As a leader, if you have introverts on your team, share an agenda in advance of a discussion when possible. If an important decision has to be made and you have the luxury of time, introduce a topic at one meeting, then brainstorm or reach a decision on the topic at a second meeting. If you have an introverted colleague, know that their initial thinking might shift and develop as they consider an issue. Create easy opportunities for them to share additional thoughts by Slack or email, or intentionally touch base with them again after they've had time to think through an issue on their own. If you are more introverted, tell your team members how helpful it is to have an agenda in advance, even if it's just a very high-level agenda. Or, after a discussion, let your colleague know that you'd like to give a matter more thought and circle back with them later. Do you have a reserved communication style? Consider sharing that with your coworkers. Let them know that you can be quieter at times, but that doesn't necessarily mean you disagree with their idea or don't have an opinion on whatever is being discussed. Are you more outgoing? Don't miss out on others' ideas. When working with more reserved colleagues, pause occasionally and create openings in the conversation to give them an opportunity to expand on their thinking or to take the conversation in a new direction. Maybe you're an outgoing introvert. You're engaging and talkative in a group, but at the end of the day, you need time alone to re-energize. Vladimir Horowitz was considered one of the greatest pianists of the early 1900s. He was known for his dramatic, exciting performances. One critic called him a tornado unleashed, and he was an introvert. He once said that his fee for an event was $100,000. Only $5,000 to play the piano, but an additional $95,000 to attend the reception afterward. Your energy source, your introversion, extroversion preference, and your communication style Whether you're outgoing, reserved, or somewhere in the middle, are both an important part of your personality. Being aware of these aspects of your personality and thinking about your energy source separately from your communication style is the first step. Now, consider whether any of the strategies we discuss might be helpful for you, or whether there are other adjustments you can make to interact even more effectively both at work and outside of work.